Hello and welcome to the third episode of my F1 24 career mode series for the Australian Grand Prix in this one. If you've watched the last episode, you would know it did not go well. If you haven't already watched it, definitely go watch that before you watch this one. And as you saw there, I did do an upgrade on the car and something did just fail there. I'm not too sure what it was. But another upgrade failed as well, so we had two upgrades that failed. I'll redo them now, just to make sure we do get them on the car. Not sure when they'll be on the car, so for Japan, I think they'll both be for Japan. But either way, I do another upgrade as well, because I do have quite a few resource points. But now it's time for the Australian Grand Prix.
Albert Park welcomes you. Let's get this show on the road then. It's practice here in Australia.
Honestly, this is one of my better tracks that at the start of the calendar. If you've watched my first episode of the Lando Norris Road to the World Drivers' Championship career mode, you would know that I actually did quite well. And I'm pretty sure I got P3, I qualified P2. So it is a track that I do have potential to score high points at. So, but yeah, this car definitely feels quite a little bit different to the McLaren. Obviously, quite different cars on the on which are faster and that and different things. But I do make a few mistakes in practice here. Here's the first one. I go wide. I don't even go wide, I just kind of lose the car there. So hit the barrier ever so slightly. But on the second time, this is the next lap, but on the second time I just dip the tyre in the grass and spin off into the gravel. No damage, luckily. I did just stop before the barrier. But after practice here, we got all 300 resource points, so that's a good start. But here we go for qualifying here now. I'm pretty confident I should be able to get into Q2, maybe even Q3, but I'm not too sure. But on this first lap, just trying to hopefully get a good lap in. If not, I'll happily go again. I'm sure I can choose the same tyres. But we should be able to make it quite safely into Q3, or Q2, sorry, without any struggle. But here we go over the line here now. And it is P2 currently, 2 tenths off Max Verstappen. But it ends up only being P13, with Bottas being in P11. But we do make it out into Q2. Ricciardo, Ocon, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg and Magnussen out of qualifying, both the V-Carbs and both the Haas's. So not a good qualifying for them. But as we go to Q2 here now, we do actually have a fault with the electrical system, I think. But so we have to wait a bit of time before we actually go out. But when we do go out, I'm expecting, again, to get a good lap in. We should be able to get into Q3. I mean, actually, I don't know, because the McLaren is very different to this car, and we weren't doing full qualifying, so who knows, and if I make any mistakes, that could be it. But anyway, I come over the line, and it was P7 only, so I don't think that should be good enough. And it literally just wasn't good enough. That's actually really annoying. I was literally just knocked out by Albon, as you can see there. Barely any time difference between me and Albon, but he did indeed knock me out. And Bottas also knocked out in Q2, so that is it for qualifying for us.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Albon, the rookie, Stroll, Bottas, Sargent, Gasly, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Ocon, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Which of
Now the strategy here being the one-stop, mediums, hards. Tyre wear is quite bad at this track, as I know from F1 23. So this should be a good enough strategy, the hards and then the mediums and the hards. No softs. But as we come to the grid here, we go to 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. It's a good start here for us, or it's a slow start for Hamilton and an okay start for us, and everyone else ahead getting a great start. So we can break a bit late into turn 1, as I almost hit the back of Russell there, so I have to go off the track a little bit, but not too far for it to be a corner cut. And now we just kind of follow behind the pack ahead. We break late, maybe looking to make a move on Russell here. As we go side by side, he does just stay ahead here, and we kind of pushes us off the track there. And his teammate comes and hits us as well, so getting bullied here by the Mercedes. We do manage to stay ahead of Hamilton, but Russell managing to get away from us there. But on lap 3 here now, with the DRS, 2 purple sectors, right behind George Russell here now, using a bit of our batch to try and get around him. We try and go around the outside, and we manage to move up into P9 with a great move. Now maybe looking to make a huge dive bomb here on Carlos Sainz as I brake very late. I probably shouldn't have done that. We do touch a little bit on the front tyres there, but we go side by side. I give him the space, but he does back out, and we do go ahead. Probably not one of my best moves, but we need to move up in the field, so got to do anything that I can to move up. On lap 9 here now, we do dive into the pits to go onto the hard tyres. Hopefully it's not a slow stop, because in my other career modes I've done a few races to be uploaded. Most of them have actually had quite slow stops, which is quite annoying. Just ruin my races. But it is a standard 2.5 stop here, so we do get out. We do jump quite a few cars there. We get ahead of Max Verstappen here, so maybe that puts us on for a top 5 finish, which could be very crucial for our battle with the lower down teams, and even maybe getting a podium already. On the next lap here now, Max Verstappen may be looking to make a move around the outside into turn 1 as we overtake a few cars that have been pitted. We go 3 wide into turn 1. Both Russell and Verstappen do back out there, luckily, but I stick my foot in it and I managed to stay ahead of both of them there, as we do lose a bit of time to them. Lap 12 here now, Russell behind us with the DRS, maybe looking to make a move. He maybe tries to go down our inside as we go wide into turn, whatever that turn is, and he does get ahead of us. There's contact, and I do break a bit of my front wing off. Hopefully it's not too severe for it to affect me, but there is contact there, and we do go off the track a bit, but we do manage to stay just behind him. A few corners later now in the DRS zone, maybe getting a run on Russell here before the DRS is even activated, using up a lot of our battery. We do breeze past Russell, moving back into P3. This could put us on for a podium here. We need to hold back the 3-time world champion and George Russell. But now at the end of lap 12 here, Verstappen may be looking to make a move on us here as he goes up our inside. We break late, trying to hold him off, and we do manage just to hold off the position. But in the next DRS zone, straight ahead here, maybe he'll look to make a run on us, but he's too far back. We managed to hold off the position for now. But later on that lap, Max Verstappen does have a DRS behind us, and he does try and go around the outside here. We go side by side for a bit of this lap, as we do try and stay with him here. We do take a lot of apex there, maybe damaging our floor ever so slightly. But we do stay ahead of him now, but with the DRS again, maybe he looks to dive down our inside. We give him the space to do so. Maybe he tries it, but he doesn't. He backs out of it, and we do manage to stay ahead of Max Verstappen for now. Again here now, Max Verstappen may be looking to make a move on us here. We're really having to put our elbows out here to try and defend this podium against the 3-time world champion, maybe to be 4-time world champion this season. We're really trying to defend him here as he tries to go up our inside here. We try and go defensive and stay with him, is that he does back out, so we do manage to just hold the position. But he's really trying his hardest to push into P3, and we're trying to defend it, trying to get our first podium in Formula 1. Verstappen back to DRS here now. Maybe Russell looking to make a move on me as well, as Verstappen goes round my outside. I do try and stay with him this time, but Max Verstappen does get ahead as I do go on the apex again. But Max Verstappen stays next to us the whole time we go through that little corner section, as he tries to maybe go down our inside, relieving the space, and he does finally move up into P3. We try and stay with him here maybe, as he does take the inside line into this corner. And we stay side by side here going into the last few corners, but I do back out, not wanting to cause a collision between us. Now Russell may be looking to make a move on us, but Max Verstappen does inevitably overtake us for P3. But now going side by side with Russell down the main straight, but with our DRS using a bit of battery as well, we managed to just stay ahead of him. Now Hamilton overtaking his teammate. On lap 15 here now, we finally get our chance to attack Verstappen here. With the DRS, we go round the outside of Max here, but he does manage to just stay ahead of us. Just like we were like 2 laps ago, trying to go side by side from here, but he does just stay ahead. and I don't try and make a move into that corner as it's just risky. I don't want to get too much damage here. It's a podium is still technically possible on the table. Now lap 16 with the DRS on Max Verstappen, maybe looking to make it go up the inside of him here. He does leave the space, but he does manage to stay ahead. But on the next DRS zone, maybe I can look to make a dive down the inside. Using my battery here, trying to go round the outside actually as he defends the inside line. I brake late, give him the room, but I do manage to go side by side. Still side by side. He does maybe back out. He doesn't back out. We stay side by side. He's really eager to keep this P3. He brakes late. We brake early. We do make a little bit of contact there, but still goes side by side. I do get the DRS here now on the main straight. He has nothing. I use my battery as quite a lot of it saved up. Maybe I need it later on the lap, so I do only use a little bit as we go round the outside here maybe of Max Verstappen, and we do go round the outside of Max Verstappen. He does brake quite early there, so maybe he thought we were going to make contact, but we have a 6/10 gap here now, and we do move back up into P3. But coming on to the penultimate lap here now, Max Verstappen with the DRS down the main straight. I do go defensive here, but he does manage to make the move maybe. Going up by inside, either way. We do make contact, and he does push us onto the grass here there. But he does manage to get ahead, and now we need to worry about Hamilton behind us, maybe trying to overtake us for P4. Now he's trying to get back at Max Verstappen with just 1.5 laps left to go of this race. But in just the next DRS zone here, using up all of our battery, maybe trying to get back up to P3. We do make contact with the wall there, but we do breeze past Max Verstappen there with our DRS again in the next DRS zone, trying to get away from him. And just with 1 and a bit laps left, we do move up into P3 here. But at the end of that lap, going on to the final lap here, Max Verstappen just try and maybe go around our outside into the first turn here. We do lose the position, but go and try to stay with him here as he does get the DRS again here, trying to pull away from us. I use a bit of my battery there, and I do try and brake late as we have to worry about Hamilton behind us as well. Hopefully we don't lose the position to him as he maybe looks to make a move on us, but we do manage to defend him here. But now Max Verstappen still ahead, but on the last lap here, with the DRS getting really up close and personal with the gearbox of Max Verstappen. There's just 1 DRS zone left of the track. We use all of what we have left in our battery, which isn't much. We hit the back of Max Verstappen. We do get wing damage here. We brake late, try and make the move to go side by side here with Max Verstappen. He does just edge ahead of us there. We try and stay with him here. We brake late. We make the move. We move up into P3 on the last lap of this race. Hamilton also getting past Max Verstappen. Perez winning the race, but that does not matter. As we come through the last corner here, using up the 50% of our battery we have left, and we do manage to keep Lewis Hamilton behind, and we do get P3 in the Australian Grand Prix. As I said, I thought we'd be able to get a good result here. Didn't expect that, but we do get our first podium in Formula 1 in our 3rd ever race in the Kick Sauber. The first podium Kick Sauber's ever got, which is insane. Very good job to Sergio Perez and I think Oscar Piastri there in P2. But we do get that P3, which is astonishing. I can't believe we actually got P3 in a Sauber. But yeah, the first time you're going to see us on the podium. Hopefully not the last time you see us in the Kick Sauber on the podium. But here you go with the champagne for the first time in this career mode. Our first podium. So a great feeling indeed, and a track that I feel like I'm quite strong at as well. So a great result. A great result for the constructors as well, probably giving us a huge advantage over Williams, who I think are our closest competitor here. Maybe even going to be able to challenge Aston Martin in the constructors. But Valtteri Bottas finishing P13, so out of the points. But I'm actually P9 in the constructors with 18 points. So actually doing quite well so far in the 3rd race. And we're P6 in the constructors here, so only 6 points away from Aston Martin, so we actually have the potential here to maybe overtake them, and we do have quite a few points separating us from Williams. But that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely better than Saudi Arabia. A great result indeed, but I'll see you in the next episode.